Welcome to the Attic of Orphan Pictures. I'm your host, Philip Mershon. Well, it's comedy time again. This one was buried under about a foot of dust up in the attic, and I'm sorry to say that the quality of the print shows it. It's Universal's Between Us Girls from 1942. And this one's got count them, two main couples. Couple number one has a longtime favorite of mine, Kay Francis, and she is teamed with the handsome and always competent John Bowles. The younger couple, number two, gives us Bob Cummings, who was just then riding high on his success in Saboteur, and his love interest is played by Diana Barrymore, who receives top billing in this, her second credited picture, and she's why we're watching this one today. Coincidentally, I discovered that today, while I'm shooting this, is her 100th birthday. Happy birthday, Diana. We are here to celebrate you. I'm hoping to, in my own small way, reverse a great injustice that's been done to this long-forgotten actor who's become not much more than a cautionary tale footnote. She really was a case of assassination by the columnists, most particularly Hedda Hopper, who I've already made my thoughts clear about. Diana was born in 1921 in New York. Her mother was Blanche Ulrichs, who had adopted her professional name Michael Strange as her personal moniker. Strange was a poet, an actress, an intellectual, and a progressive bohemian blue blood. Diana's father was, of course, John Barrymore of the Blythe Barrymore acting dynasty. From a parental standpoint, Diana had a pretty lonely childhood. She only saw her father 2 or 3 times before her 18th birthday. And for all her mother's progressive and bohemian views and actions, she was strict and repressive as far as her daughter was concerned, telling her not to associate with those common children in the neighborhood and that she was always to dress like a lady. It was also at her mother's insistence that she followed the New York upper social custom of coming out as a debutante. And it was that Deb season that made up her mind to ditch high society for the stage. Now, don't get me wrong, Diana was no little angel. Coming from a background of wealth and privilege, as well as the talent and fame of a father who she had to content herself to read about, is bound to have an effect on one's sense of entitlement. And then you take the addiction and mental illness that came from her father's side and add the restrictions and isolation she received from her mother. And well, when she finally got out on her own, she quite understandably went wild. And her entrance into Hollywood was no less insane. Her train was met by her father, but the arrival was less of a reunion than it was an extended public relations photo shoot. And then she gets to the studio and all she hears from executives down to makeup men is that she wasn't pretty, but she was expected to have an acting ability to have eclipsed all 3 Barrymore siblings combined. The pressure was tremendous. Imagine there's a big splashy Hollywood party being thrown in your honor and you're told that your father, your idol, can't come because he's become an embarrassment around town. And then this picture comes along, a tour de force for any actress. The role of Carrie asks the performer to play a 21-year-old stage actress, a 12-year-old girl, an 81-year-old Queen Victoria, Sadie Thompson, and Joan of Arc. Yowzer. Studio head Cliff Work called it the greatest part for a girl in 20 years. And it's interesting to think that Universal's own box office champ and sweetheart, Deanna Durbin, was passed over for the choice of Barrymore. The pressure on Barrymore had finally reached the breaking point on the day that Durbin herself walked onto the stage to get a first-hand look at Barrymore in action. It understandably rattled Diana, and she sent word to the director that she was nervous, couldn't concentrate, and would prefer if Durbin would leave. Well, Hedda Hopper was also there that day, and that was all she needed to unleash her venom. It was barely more than a month after the death of Diana's father, John, that Hopper writes this in her column. Diana has, as yet, no slightest grasp of real acting. Young, headstrong, and inexperienced, she's starring in a picture in which she might much better be playing a bit. Well, that's a career killer right there. Diana further unraveled by marrying actor Bramwell Fletcher 6 days after this column appeared. Knowing all that she went through during the making of this, it's astonishing that she turned in so charming a performance as she did. So let's give the little lady a great big hand for her work in Between Us Girls. I'll see you afterwards.
Beloved Queen, your empire, great and glorious, on this your gracious birthday, sings your praise, and brings its gifts to bless your reign victorious, and wishes you all joy and length of days. Now, we, the children of another nation, greet yours, and bid you love and life serene, and joining in the joyful jubilation, we pray, long live the Queen! Long live the Queen!
We thank you. We thank you indeed. My child, come to me. Come. Come, come, come. Do not be afraid. Come. Am I so old and ugly I frighten you? Come. Let me see you smile. You can smile, can't you, my son? Oh, that will never do. You must learn to smile, my son. You will need to smile often when you have little wish to. Someday when you will be king of your country, you will remember that, won't you? There will be times when you will wish anyone but you had been chosen. But there will be other times, only moments perhaps, but wonderful moments when it will all have been worthwhile.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Good. You are smiling. Good, my son. You have learned your first lesson as a king.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
Now, good night. Good night.
Good night, Your Majesty.
Lord Arthur, it is late, even later than we realize. We are tired. We would rest now.
Yes, Majesty. Pretty good tonight, Mr. Kolinsky. Pretty good.
What do you mean, pretty good? Gee, superific!
Harry, you were wonderful. That was wonderful. Magnificent performance.
Harry, you were great. You won them tonight. Kolinsky client every inch of clean.
Glad I lived up to your reputation, Mike.
Carrie, they want you out there again.
Oh, they've got their money's worth. We got to catch a train.
Mike, is it that late already? Billy,
Come on,
take
Queen.
a bow for me.
Come on, get a wiggle on. Come on, Queen, get a wiggle on. I'll check on the tickets and be right back.
Carol, you're still here? Stay through the last act again?
I'll stay forever for just one glimpse of you.
Oh, Harold, you're very sweet.
Goodbye, Carrie. Have a good trip.
Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Carrie, you're magnificent. Beautiful and wonderful and magnificent.
Oh, now, Harold.
Carrie, I love you so. Won't you listen to me?
I am listening to you, Harold, but I have to catch the midnight for New York.
I can't let you
Oh,
fly,
Mr. Mary,
Carrie.
I'm in such a hurry. Come on, will you? More flame than ever tonight. Harold, look, you come on in here and sit down. We'll talk while I change.
Thank you.
Is
Thank you,
everything
Dee.
packed, Maribel? We're in an awful hurry, Carrie.
Carrie, I didn't sleep last night. I haven't slept for 17 nights. Not since the first night I saw you.
Somebody go and get all aflame over me. You've just got to try and be sensible and get some sleep.
I'll never sleep. Never sleep again if you go away to New York.
Harold,
Never come
I'm
back.
not going to New York. They don't want me there. I'm not good enough for Broy.
Carrie, won't you marry me?
Harold, please. I've asked you once already not to be so foolish.
But it isn't foolish, Carrie. A little difference in age doesn't really matter, does it? I mean, well, some men are more mature at 18 than others.
Of course they are, Harold.
And lots of men, famous men, have even married older women. Shakespeare almost married when he was 16. And Disraeli married a woman twice his age.
Down in Tennessee, gals marry old men with white beards and then shoot 'em afterwards sometimes.
Shh, Maribel. Harold, you're very sweet. Sometimes I think you're the sweetest the sweetest man I've ever met.
I wouldn't care how young a man was if he was old enough to get married to me.
You've got to hurry, Maribel. We haven't got much time.
Carrie, what I started to say was, I talked to my mother yesterday.
Oh, I'm glad I'm getting out of this makeup. I feel younger already. What did your mother say, Harold?
She didn't think age made any difference. She said she thought it was all right if the girl were 2 years older, if the girl were somebody like you, Carrie.
Your mother's much too kind, Harold.
Carrie, you're the most wonderful, the most magnificent. I don't think I can live.
Hey, Carrie, what do you say?
With you in a minute, Mike.
You better make it right away. Did you ever get tired, Bud?
Mike, you know Harold. He's the young man who plays the guard in the fourth scene.
The fifth scene.
Oh, sure, I remember you, the one that stands by the window. Never bats an eyelash. A knockout performance if I ever saw one.
Glad you liked it.
Scramblocious, that's what it was, scramblocious. Carrie, you decent?
You can come in,
Well,
Mike.
it's all fixed, honey. Rain's all set. It's your next show, all right?
Ray and Sadie Thompson. Oh, Mike.
Yet, not much dough. It's a big town, Detroit. It's a break. It's right on the way to New York.
Oh, Mike, you're wonderful.
And you better be pretty good yourself. It's a real part. No kidding. It's got some hair on its chest. Sadie's
I know, a fallen woman.
That's what they call it in Boston.
Poor woman.
Oh, Mike, you're wonderful. I love you. You're beautiful.
No, stop all the baloney. You're only going to get a couple of days at home anyway. We're leaving New York for Detroit first thing.
Thursday morning?
Thursday morning, I hope. Come on, get a move on.
Mike, I'll hardly get a chance to see Mother at all.
Come on now, Juliet, get the lead out of your feet. Get moving around here.
Oh, it's so unfair, Mike. I haven't seen Mother in ages.
Well, don't blame me. You asked for it and you got it. Come on, get a move on. Let's get out of here.
Maribel, can I have my lipstick, please?
Now you're talking, honey. I'll drop in on you in town, see if everything's okay.
Oh, it's so unfair, Mike. How would you like to have a nice new home that you've never even seen and have to walk in and then walk right out again?
Your mom's got another new home? You and I should be working with all the dough she's got.
Maribel, will you come and fix my hair? We've got to hurry. We're going to miss the train. Come on.
What do you want to fix your hair for? Nobody's going to see you more than except the porter, and you can hush his mouth with a buzz.
All right, Mike. Now, don't get panicky. Don't get excited.
Somebody's got to get panicky around here. Why don't you come as you are? All you need on the train is a nightshirt. Here, and that's in your trunk. Slip this coonskin on. Let's get out of here.
Give me my hat, will you, Maribel?
What do you want a hat for? It's not raining.
All right, my bag then, please, Maribel.
It's in your hand, Miss Carrie.
Come on, I got a cab waiting.
Maribel, here until I see you again. Thank you very
Come
much.
on, hurry.
Bye.
Goodbye. Goodbye,
Thank you.
Mary.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
So long, Bud. Take it easy.
Carrie,
Harold.
would you kiss me goodbye, Carrie?
Oh, now, look, Bud, we're in a hurry.
Goodbye, Harold. And thanks. I'll see you again.
It wouldn't have to mean anything to you.
No, but it might to you, and that wouldn't be fair. Goodbye, Harold.
One kiss is all I want. Just one kiss.
Here you are, Bud.
It's perfect. Don't
Don't you just love it?
Love what, lady?
The house.
Yeah, it's quite a trap, all right.
Personally, I prefer my architecture Spanish.
Gallagher! Where in heaven to go to old Gallagher?
You could have been sending a wire or telephoning about
And
it.
it's all the fun of surprising you. Oh, Gallagher, to see that schoolgirl complexion of yours again. Where's Mother?
Your mother's... Get back with you there and wipe your feet. That doormat's not there for purely decorational purposes.
Okay, lady, okay.
Pay him, will you?
Not that I'll ever get it back.
I love the house, Gallagher.
How much?
80 cents, sister.
And I'm not your sister.
Yeah, ain't I lucky?
Oh, this place is divine. It's a dream.
A dream, is it? There's no dream keeping it clean, I can tell you.
Oh, Mother always said she wanted a sunroom in her new house. Oh, it's beautiful. It's perfect. Look at all this. Gallagher, what goes?
What goes where?
Where did all the flowers come from?
And why should you be asking me?
Where's Mother?
In bed.
In bed. But it's 11th. She's ill.
Nothing of the kind. But what else can you expect when she's out lollygagging till 3 in the morning, night after night?
3 in the morning. It's not true.
Not true. And since when did Moira Gallagher let any but the words of God's truth come from her lips? I've lived by the truth and I'll die by it. And I'm telling you there's more going on here than the eye can see. A whole lot more. And just hoping I am that you're not too late. There's a third door up there.
Oh, Gallagher, turn off the light.
A light, is it? 'Tis the blessed Son of God's heaven, that's what it is. Shining alike on the godly and on them that stays out until 3 in the morning.
Gallagher, will you please mind your own business?
And maybe you think it isn't my business. I can tell you that if she...
Honestly, Gallagher. Well, of all the dirty,
Not the worst of all
low-down...
possible
I
mothers.
could beat you.
Try it, I dare you.
You might at least have sent me a telegram or something.
A telegram? All right, quote. Arriving Tuesday morning, love and kisses, Caroline, unquote. Sign here, please.
Oh. Let me look at you. Same old impossible hoodlum. How long can you stay?
2 days?
2 days?
Yes, I have to leave for Detroit Thursday to start rehearsing a new show.
Well, I won't let you go. It's absurd, 2 days.
Oh, you'll be glad to get rid of me by then. Who is he?
Who's who?
Now, don't give me that wide-eyed, innocent look. Tell Mommy all about it.
All about what?
All about what? You suddenly start staying out till all hours of the night. You sleep till someone hits you over the head. And your house is so full of flowers it looks like opening night in a meat market. Gallagher? Who is he?
Gallagher doesn't know anything about anything. Do you, Gallagher?
Why, don't I?
No, you don't.
If it's lying you want done, you'll have to be hiring a liar to do it.
Bravo! Give out, Gallagher. Who is he?
One Stephen J. Forbes, Esquire.
Gallagher?
And Mother's seen a lot of him, has she?
She was out with him last night until 3 o'clock in the a.m., ditto the previous night until 1. Likewise ditto the previous night until 10 minutes after 2, and double ditto...
Well, that'll do, Gallagher. Thank you very much. That's quite enough.
It's a good deal more than enough, if you ask me.
Stool pigeon.
Is he nice?
Mm-hmm.
Handsome?
He'll do.
Sense of humor?
He likes me.
Oh, Chris. If you knew how long I've hoped and prayed for this to happen.
What makes you think that it has happened?
Oh, I can see it right there in the corner of your eye, hiding.
That's a sleeper.
Stephen J. Ford, Esquire.
Forbes, darling.
Oh, excuse me, Forbes. Is he a bachelor?
Mm-mm. A bigamist. Has 4 wives and 37 children.
Oh, no, Chris, please. I want to know. I want to know everything about him.
Now, do I pester you with questions about your private life?
Yes?
I want to take my shower.
All right. I'll take one, too. You're not going to get away from me like that. Has he got a nice voice? Hello, Mr. Forbes. Oh, yes, he has got a nice voice.
Hello? Oh, hello, Stephen. That was just my daughter, Carrie. What? She just got in from Detroit. Huh? What did you say?
I said that she come all the way on the train by herself. Well, that's what I call an independent youngster.
Oh, Steve, I think you better come over here and meet her. Yes, right away.
I'd like to, Chris, but I have an appointment. An old friend of mine has just arrived in town, and I have to be with him.
Well, bring him along. Good in about an hour or so.
I just can't wait for you to meet my little daughter. I think you're going to be quite surprised. Never mind, you'll see. Goodbye. Oh, it's wonderful. You know what he thinks? He thinks you're just a little girl home from school.
What?
He's got an idea that you're just a child.
No.
I can't wait till he sees you.
He certainly got a shock coming to him. Didn't you get around to telling him about me?
Of course I told him about you.
Well, you didn't get very far. You two certainly must have it bad.
Not bad, good.
I hope he won't be disappointed.
Oh, disappointed. Why, you'll be mad about you.
I don't mean me. I mean you. What happens when he finds out you're the mother of a 20-year-old daughter?
He won't believe it. I doubt if he thinks that I'm much over 20 myself.
You're going to age awfully fast, Mrs. Bishop, when he sees me.
Oh, don't be absurd.
I'm not being absurd. Chris, maybe he shouldn't see me.
Are you out of your mind?
No.
Oh,
Chris! Please, listen to me.
I can't hear. What did you say?
I said maybe he shouldn't see me. Maybe we shouldn't disillusion him. Chris, please, listen to me, will you?
Everything you ever wore. See? And there's your desk. And your window looks right out over the garden.
It's wonderful.
Now, monkey face, you don't honestly think that I'm going to go downstairs and tell a lie?
You're
just
not going to
because-
tell a lie, huh? Then what's this lipstick and this mascara and the girdles we wear to look thinner and the heels to look taller and the permanence...
Here we go again.
Really, Chris? Lying is part of every woman's job. Sometimes it's her only defense.
Let's get dressed, shall we?
Mother, you're losing.
I don't think so. And even if... Maybe it wouldn't be so bad. I think I might even survive. Really, darling, it doesn't matter as much as you think.
It doesn't? You're sure?
I still have the loveliest daughter in the world.
See? You're starting to console yourself already.
Oh, nonsense.
Well?
Mrs. Bishop is expecting us.
Oh, indeed. Two of you now, is it?
May we come in?
But will you please, first?
Never mind, Gallagher. It's all right, they're friends.
That's no reason for not scraping your feet.
Chris.
Hello, Steve.
I'm sorry I was delayed, but Jim's train was late as usual, and besides, I want to stop with this for that young lady of yours.
Oh, how nice.
Where is she?
Carrie's all right. She'll be right down.
Oh, fine. Chris, I want you to meet my old friend, Jim Blake.
Well, how do you do, Mr. Blake?
How do you do?
I'm so glad you could come over.
Well, I'm glad, too. He's been raving all the way
They're
from...
not keeping it clean without
Gallagher,
packing in.
the hats, please. And then perhaps we might have some sandwiches and maybe some tea.
Oh, please don't bother.
For how many would that be now?
For 4, Gallagher.
Well, a body can't guess things. The way people keep turning up around here out of nowhere.
Oh, you mustn't mind Gallagher. She's more or less of an institution than a... Oh, yes, Mr. Blake.
Ooh.
I was just admiring the brick. Real Otterson glass. It's hard to get.
Don't pay any attention to Jim. He's an architect. He starts to rebuild every new house the moment he walks in.
Oh, not this one. It's really perfect. You don't mind if I look around?
Not at all.
Thank you.
Oh, you've got all the furniture in, I see. Oh, it's just right. I like the piano here. Those chairs are just what the room needed. They're really very beautiful pieces. Why so serious, darling?
Steve, let's sit down, shall we?
Of course. Something bothering you?
Oh, no, nothing. I didn't know it was going to be so difficult. I'm being silly.
Silly about what?
You know, when you phoned me this morning about my little daughter... Oh, that's what you brought her, isn't it?
I hope it's all right. It's hard to know what to get for a child nowadays.
A doll. Thank heaven it isn't a rattle.
Well, a doll's all right, isn't it?
Oh, yes, Steve, No, Steve, it isn't. That's what I've been trying to tell you. The fact is that my daughter...
Hello? Excuse me. I just came in to get my book. I left it here, and so I came downstairs to...
This is Carrie, isn't it?
Carrie. But this is ridiculous.
Why, Mommy?
Why, Caroline, Mrs.
Oh, Mommy, I won't bother you. I promise. I'll just sit over here and read, and you and your boyfriend can do anything you like, and I won't even look up from my book. I promise. I won't even listen.
Now, look. You can't go on with this. It's utterly absurd and impossible.
Oh, please don't send me upstairs again. I'm so lonesome, so awful lonesome.
Oh, but this has gone far
Mommy,
now.
please, why can't I stay just because there are people here?
Oh, now, Carrie, you look absolutely silly in that outfit. If you
Oh, I
did
look
anybody...
silly, do I? Well, can I help it if these are all the clothes I have? Other children have stacks and stacks of dresses and long stockings and waves in their hair. And I have to run around in old clothes and pigtails. And I look terrible. I'm so unhappy. I'd be better off if I was an orphan. And nobody loves me. Nobody loves me.
Now, there, I wouldn't cry like that if I were you. Things are never as bad as they seem.
Jim. Yes? You keep out of this. I'm sure Chris can handle the situation.
Oh, excuse me, Mrs. Bishop. I didn't mean to interfere.
I don't think you understand, Mr. Blake. You see, Carrie just tried... Now, listen, you.
If you'll forgive me, I'm afraid I do understand. She shouldn't be left upstairs alone. My Aunt Mabel tried the same technique with my cousin Jennifer. It was a dismal failure.
We aren't interested in your cousin Jennifer.
Mr. Blake,
I am. Tell me, Mr. Blake.
Well, Aunt Mabel kept her locked up so much she got claustrophobia.
A dog bit her.
Yes. Oh, no. She became a little crazy. She couldn't stand anything that closed her in, like telephone booths or closets, or even tight clothes. Now she spends most of her time in a big bathrobe out in an open field. It's a scandal of southern Vermont. Poor Jennifer.
Mother, do you want me to turn out like Jennifer?
But this is all just an act she's putting on.
I know, Chris. All children go into tantrums and say whatever comes in their heads. I think I can straighten this out. Here, Carrie. Look. Here's something I brought you.
A doll?
Well, you see, I really didn't know. I expected to find a little girl about that size.
You did? Really?
I never dreamed you were such a big girl. You know, when I look at you and I look at your mother, really, I can't believe it.
You thought I was about...
Frankly, I really thought you were just about like that.
Oh, I surprised you, Mr. Forbes.
You certainly did. I'll tell you what we'll do. You give this back to me, and I'll
Oh,
exchange
no,
it.
no, please. I like the doll. Please, Mr. Forbes,
But don't
I'd like
you
to
think
keep it.
that you-
Oh, no, I always wanted a doll, really.
You mean you never had a doll?
No. Yes. I mean, no. You see, Mommy didn't want me to have one. She says it makes kids act like children.
Carrie.
Mommy, please, can I keep the doll? Mommy, please. I'll be seen and not heard if you let me keep it. Please, Mommy.
Yes, darling. You may keep it.
Oh, thank you, Mommy. It's such a beautiful doll, and Mr. Forbes was so nice to give it to me. He is handsome, Mommy. You were right.
Carrie, please.
She said you were the most wonderful man in the world.
She did she?
Uh-huh. Some of the people around here knew some of the things that some of the people said, even dreamed about them. Some of the people would be surprised, I bet you. That's all right, Mommy. I think it's fun to tell people what other people say behind their backs when they're in front of you, don't you? Mommy's very bashful, but she talks about you all the time. Yes, she does. Yes, she does.
Really? And what does she say?
Oh, she says that she likes your teeth and your hair and your eyes and...
Oh, I beg your pardon.
Well, what have we here?
Where?
Behind you.
Oh, it's just an old picture.
She's a very pretty girl.
Who is she?
A relative?
No. Yes. I mean, Mommy, I guess we better tell him.
Yes, I guess we'd better head.
She's an old aunt of mine.
Well, why were you hiding her?
Have our reasons. Haven't we, Mommy?
Oh, yes. Yes, indeed.
Well, I don't know. She looks perfectly normal to...
Oh, but she isn't.
She isn't?
No. She drinks.
She does.
Does she? Ha!
Your sister, Christine?
More or less.
More or less?
Oh, the more we hear of her, the less we like to admit she's a relative.
Now, you really mustn't be too hard on your poor aunt. After all, she never really had a chance with all the liquor.
Boy, how she could swill that stuff. I don't know why Mommy keeps her picture around here all the time.
A reminder, baby, and a warning. One can't be too careful about a growing girl.
Mommy thinks of everything.
Hey,
Gallagher.
what is it now?
I just put it right there. That's fine. Thank you,
I'll be
Gallagher.
bringing the sandwiches in right away. You'll be wanting your toast as usual, I suppose.
Yes.
snakes and sinners. For the love of heaven, what is that girl doing?
It's all right, Gallagher. I'm coming. I'll help you. I'll help you. Don't get mad at me. I'll help you, Gallagher. I'll help you.
She's charming, Chris. She must be a great help around the house.
Well, you have no idea what a help she is. Cream or lemon, Stephen?
Cream, please.
How many lumps?
Excuse me, but that woman seemed to... Do you think that Carrie is all right?
Oh, yes. Yes, of course. She's quite all right. Cream, Mr. Blake?
I don't know. I have a feeling that...
Jim.
Lemon, please.
Thank you.
You know, sometimes servants take advantage of children, make them do all the work. I think it'd be better if I...
Jim, will you please stick to your architecture?
And how are things back in Montana, Mr. Blake?
Oh, I really wouldn't know. I'm from Vermont.
Oh, how are things in Vermont?
Well, very quiet.
Good.
I think someone should investigate.
Jim, will you please...
Well, I'll go and see.
Sandwiches?
Where's Gallagher?
Oh, Gallagher just cut herself with a knife. That's the plumber.
Nothing serious, I hope.
Oh, no, just a leak in the gasket.
I mean Gallagher.
Oh, no, it's just a scratch.
Gallagher doesn't usually.
Yeah, Mommy, Gallagher's quite all right. Really, she's fine.
May I help you with the
Oh,
tray?
no, thank you. It's all right. They're not very heavy. Very thin sandwiches.
Well, what was the noise?
What noise?
Well, it sounded like someone hit someone with something.
Oh,
Jim.
Somebody has to take care of this.
But you know it. I just brought you here.
Steve, I can't stand by and have
Chris,
this thing...
I think perhaps we'd better go.
Oh, must you?
Yes, I'm afraid we must. We've got to catch a train.
You aren't going away, are you?
No. We're going to catch it as it comes in.
I see.
You see, we have some friends that are coming in today, and we sort of have to see them off.
I'll call you later, Stephen. Would you be at home?
Of course, we'll make plans for tomorrow. I suppose tonight you'll be...
Oh, I hope you're not leaving.
Yes, Carrie, we really don't want to. It's
We
just that-
have to. Goodbye, Chris.
I'm sorry, Stephen.
I'm sorry.
I'm the one that's sorry. I should have been
I'm
out.
sorry, too. I guess that makes everybody sorry.
Well, goodbye, Carrie. It's
Goodbye.
nice
Thanks for the doll.
Well, you're
Mr.
quite
Blake, I
welcome.
hope you'll come again.
Oh, I hope I will, too. Thanks for the tea.
I'm glad you liked it.
Goodbye, Chris.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Carrie.
Goodbye. Goodbye, Mr. Blake. Thanks for being so kind to me when I was so unhappy.
Well, that's all right, Carrie. And any time, if you ever need it...
Jim, do you want to miss that train?
I ought to tear you limb from limb.
Why, Mommy?
I ought to cut you in little...
Oh, but you're not going to, are you, Bobby? Oh, Chris, I've never had so...
Where did you ever get that outfit?
Don't you remember? I bought it in that Ibsen play in Gloucester.
Oh, I love you, Carrie. That doll. I'll never forget the expression on your face when you opened the box.
And what about that picture? I thought I'd fall through the floor.
Dear broken Hattie.
Oh, Chris, you were magnificent. And Gallagher.
I thought we were finished when she came in the room.
Oh, poor Gallagher. Oh. Oh. What? Oh, what is it? Gallagher. What did you do? Oh. What did you do? I had to do it. Oh, what happened?
Oh, Carrie.
I had to. I couldn't help it.
Oh, you couldn't?
No. Oh,
Gallagher, I'm terribly sorry.
Gallagher, please forgive me. I was so excited. It's dreadful. I had no idea. Gallagher, please. I didn't mean to do it. Please forgive me. Gallagher. I meant to come back for you.
Gallagher, you're perfectly right and it's inexcusable. Oh, no, Gallagher. Gallagher, you're not leaving. Oh, no, you can't just go like this.
Gallagher, just because I'm awful, that's no reason for you to leave us.
Oh, please. Please listen, won't you?
Gallagher, I didn't lock you up just to be mean, but Mother's whole happiness was at stake.
I know that's no excuse, but she was trying to help me, Gallagher.
Yes, Gallagher. My mind just went a blank. I didn't know what I was doing.
Oh, I don't blame you. I know exactly how you feel. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll beat her. We'll give her the beating of her life.
Yes,
That's
yes,
what we'll
Gallagher.
do. Oh. Oh, Carrie, what have you done?
I'm sorry, Chris.
Gallagher's been with me a long time.
19 years.
20. She got here just after you did. I can remember the day just as though it were yesterday. It was snowing. Do you remember Gallagher?
It doesn't seem that Gallagher ever came to us. I have the feeling she was always here.
You were about the size of nothing at all. And Gallagher held you in one hand, like this, and said some silly little prayer about angel feathers. Never a birthday did she forget. And when we both had chicken pox, she stayed up all night and slapped our hands so we wouldn't scratch.
And the time she hit the Iceman with a biscuit cutter because he said I was a freckle-faced brat.
No, it'll never be the same again. Never.
Gallagher's more a part of us than we are ourselves. But you'll be on probation. The both of you. Oh, Gallagher.
You've been telling me what's wrong with me. Now I'll tell you what's wrong with you. You keep yelling at me, be punished, go back and suffer. How do you know what I've suffered? You don't know and you don't care. And you call yourself a Christian. Ha! You're nothing but a miserable... I can't ever remember that line. Witch burner. You're nothing but a miserable witch burner. You believe in torture. You know you're big and strong and you've got the law on your side and the power to hang me. Well,
don't point at me. That's the low-livingest, shamefacedest, indecentest lot of dribbling balderdash that was ever put to paper.
Gallagher, it's a very famous play, and Sadie Thompson is a great part.
Don't try to tell me. I took it to bed with me last night and read it, every last syllable.
Gallagher.
An actress. 'Tis married you should be, and having children. Heaven help them.
You keep yelling at me, be punished. Go back and suffer. How do you know what I've suffered? You don't know and you don't care. And you call yourself a Christian. You're nothing but a miserable witch burner. You believe in torture. You know you're big and strong and you've got the law on your side and the power to hang me. Well, all right, but Gallagher.
Maybe you'd like me to be going over the roof to answer the front doorbell on a bicycle. Actress. A girl with your background and uprising.
Now that it's settled. Now that it's settled where I've flopped tonight. Let's all have another shot of hooch. I've got some rye that's not long for this world. Oh, dear. I got some rye that's not long for this world. A friend of mine gave it to me before I left. Not that you'll need it, Sadie said. You were born hooch. Sure I was. Saves a lot of chack these days. I believe in living while...
Go right ahead. Don't let me bother you. Where's the little girl?
Who?
The little girl, Carrie. The, lady that runs the place said she was in here.
I guess she isn't here.
It's funny, I kind of thought I heard you talking to someone in here.
Oh, I was kind of talking to myself.
Oh, I see. You wouldn't know where she's gone.
No. Maybe she wasn't here at all.
Well, I'd appreciate it if you'd get her for me. The name is Blake, Jim Blake. I'll just sit down here and wait. Please, you get it for me?
I guess you don't know who I am.
Oh, I know very well who you are. Now, will you please tell your niece I'm here?
A teetotaler, eh? A mama's boy, a goody-goody, a fifty.
Now, you just take it easy. You'll be all right with a little rest.
What's she got there? Is it a present for little Carrie, huh?
No, it's nothing at all. You wouldn't be interested.
Sure, I'd be sure.
I'll get Carrie myself. You'll tell me where she is?
Suppose I can't tell you where she is.
She isn't locked up, is she?
Suppose she is. Would it by any chance be any business of yours? Not so fast, mister, not so fast. I'll send the kid down. You don't have to bust your shirt. And how I'll send her down.
If you harm a hair of that child's head...
Suppose I do. Would that be any business of yours?
There! How do you like that? Hitting that child.
You can dish it out, but you can't take it, huh? Carrie! Carrie, where are you? Carrie! Carrie, are you in there?
Yes, Mr. Blake.
Oh, may I come in?
No, I'll be right out.
Well, are you hurt badly, Carrie?
Oh, not badly, but my jaw hurt.
Well, how are your teeth?
Oh, they're all right, Mr. Blake.
Are you sure?
Yes. Wait a minute, I'll count them. Yeah, they're all there, Mr. Blake, but I think my jaw's broken.
Your jaw? Why, that's on somebody their own size. I'll break her jaw. Hey!
Oh, Mr. Blake.
Oh, hello, Carrie. Let me see. Oh, what did she hit you with, a bottle? Open your mouth a little wider. Sit right down here. They look all right. Oh, that one may be loosened a little.
Oh, Mr. Blake, if you hadn't been here.
Where was your mother?
Out.
With Steve, I suppose. It's going to be all right. You're going to be perfectly safe.
Oh, Mr. Blake, you're the only ray of sunshine in my life. Have you hit many women?
No, in fact, I never did it before. But this time
This time you did it just for me.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Blake.
So-and-so. Try and keep your chin up, Carrie. I know that somewhere in the world there's love and affection waiting for you.
Where?
Be patient and brave. When you're older, life will be bright and beautiful for you, I'm sure.
How much older? How much older, Mr. Blake?
Carrie, I forgot. I have a surprise for you.
A surprise?
Yes.
Where? What is it?
It's nothing. It's just presents right down there.
Oh.
Oh, say, that's wonderful. I used to like to do that when I was a kid.
Listen, can I open it?
Yes, I'm...
Roller skates with ball bearings.
You like them?
Like them? Oh, gosh, Mr. Blake, it's just what I always dreamed of. Can I put them on?
Sure, you know how?
No, you put them on.
Well, you've never had any roller skates before,
No,
huh?
my mommy won't let me have them. She says the children's feet should be seen and not heard.
She said that?
Yep, she did. Are you going to teach me how to skate, Mr. Blake?
Well, I don't think I'll have time.
Well, you're not going to leave me, are you?
Well, no, you see, I have an appointment.
A business appointment?
No. There you are.
A woman?
Well, shall we say a young lady?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Oh, my. Let me help you. Are you hurt?
No, Mr. Blake.
Just hang on tight.
I'm hanging.
Hang on.
Oh, Mr. Blake.
Get over to the banister here. I
can't.
Just hold tight. Oh.
Oh, Mr. Blake.
It's all right. Oh, perfectly all right. Just... My, you're strong for your age, aren't you?
Yes.
Well, I'll have to go.
Please, Mr. Blake, can't you telephone the woman? I mean, the young lady, and tell her you're going to be a little bit late. All the kids in the neighborhood know how to skate, and I want to learn. Please, Mr. Blake, please.
Well,
Oh, there's a very nice telephone right in there.
Just hang on. What's your... There you are. Now, have you got it? I'll go telephone. Just hang on. You're all right? Carrie, just hang on, dear. You'll be all right. Hello, Irene? Listen, Irene, I'm going to be just a little late. No, there's a delay, dear. Well, you don't understand it. It's a... Ooh. No, dear. Oh, no, please. Nothing like that. Where am I? Dear. It's a little girl. Oh, no, please, dear. That is... no, she's hanging on to a banister. Irene. Irene... Oh. Carrie, I thought I heard you moving around in here.
Oh, I was just trying to get away from the banister.
Oh, well, that's easy. I'll help you here.
Did you phone that person?
Yes, I
Did she say you could stay?
Yes, she did.
Oh, good.
Now we're going to learn, first of all, just to stand up alone.
Oh.
That's the main thing.
All right.
Now just hold it right there. Relaxation, poise, balance. See? It's easy, isn't it?
Oh, Mr. Blake. Oh, Mr. Blake.
Carrie. Well, we're not getting anywhere this way.
I think we're doing fine.
I think possibly it's the floor.
Oh.
Now let's just try it once more. Now,
Yes, sir.
let go.
Yes, Mr. Blake.
Stand up straight.
Yes.
That's it. Now just hold it exactly like that. Exactly like that. Right there. Oh. Carrie, don't always hang on to me.
No, I can't help it, Mr. Blake. I feel so safe hanging on to you. Oh.
Carrie.
Yes.
Could you try to stand on your own feet?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
I'm not a disappointment to you as a pupil, am I?
No, certainly
Let's
not.
go.
Now, look, Carrie.
Oh, yes?
Can you get up some? That's it. Now we're gonna try the forward glide. That's it. Now, balance, and 1 foot before the other, forward. Just take it easy. That's it now. Just come a little bit forward now. That's easy. Now, don't grab me. Just come forward. And don't fall. Don't fall. Just move forward to me. Poise, balance, confidence.
Oh, Mr. Blake,
No, now
please.
take it easy. You know, if you aim at something definite, you can
Mr.
go.
Blake,
Oh,
please,
this is
come
working
here.
out fine. Don't fall. Don't fall.
Oh, Mr. Blake. Mr. Blake, are you... Oh, are you hurt?
Oh, me?
Yes.
Oh, no, I'm fine. Well, now, we must try that again.
Oh, no, I don't think we'd better. Are you all right? Are you hurt badly?
Snakes, saints, and sinners.
Oh, Gallagher, I'm terribly sorry. Oh, Waxman, you're Gallagher. Come on. I'll be good. I'll get it. No, Gallagher. Come on. Come on, Gallagher. Hello.
Say, I thought, what was that noise?
What noise?
Sounded like someone hit someone or something
Oh,
again.
no, really, it's not. That's the plumber. He's back.
What, again?
Yes, we've been having a lot of trouble with that loose gasket. You have no idea how much trouble.
Say, Carrie, why does that woman keep coming in here yelling about snakes and sinners?
Oh, she's all right, really, Mr. Blake.
I don't know. She's pretty upset. She must have a reason.
Yes, she has got a reason. You see, she doesn't want me to come in here and play.
She doesn't want you to have any fun.
No,
No fun at all.
no.
So what kind of a place? You mean to tell me you never get to go out to parties like other kids? Or have peanuts or candy or ice cream?
Oh, yes. I have ice cream sometimes. If there's any left over, they give me some.
But there's never any left over, is there?
No. Oh, Mr. Blake, I guess I shouldn't be telling a stranger about my personal troubles.
Why, Carrie, you don't think of me as a stranger, do you?
Oh, no, Mr. Blake. You're not a stranger. You're the best friend I have.
Well, Carrie, I really must go. I must leave.
Oh, no, Mr. Blake.
Oh, I promised. I'm awfully late.
That woman?
I'm terribly sorry. I said I'd only be a few minutes.
Oh, that's all right.
Possibly some other day I can
Oh, don't
come.
bother about me. I've waited this long for ice cream. I guess I can wait another year or 2 or 3.
Oh, now, Carrie, that
All
is...
my life I've dreamed about ice cream.
Please, Carrie.
Strawberry and marshmallow and raspberry custard and all the new flavors.
Why, I can't tell you how sorry I am, Carrie.
All I ask is that when you're buying her that banana split, you'll think of me.
Oh, buck up, Carrie.
Think of your poor little friend who's never had any ice cream. Not even vanilla. Do you mind? Thank you, Mr. Blake. You're very kind.
Get something warm on, Carrie. We're going into town.
Oh, really, Mr. Blake? Honest?
Yes, just get your coat on.
I haven't got a coat that fits me.
You haven't got a coat.
No, but I have a sweater, a very pretty sweater.
That's right. Put it on.
All right. I'll be right down. I'll just get my sweater. Uh-oh. Mr. Blake, I'm sorry. I forgot. I had a sweater, but I outgrew it.
Well, you'll be all right. It's warm outside. Hello? Listen, Irene. Was it good?
Oh, yes, I love coffee flavor.
check, please.
Oh, no, Mr. Blake, please. Couldn't I try the peach one? The man says it's extra special.
What, another one? Why, Carrie,
Oh, it's got shredded coconut on it.
Yes, sir. And hunks of peanut brittle and whipped cream and a dash of maraschino. It'll knock you right out of your seat.
Well, all right. If you
Peach
think
coming right out.
I better go
Oh,
telephone.
no, Mr. Blake, really. It'll only take a couple of minutes. Peach goes down very fast, I think.
Carrie, if you don't mind my asking you, how many have you had?
Strawberries, vanilla, chocolate. Only 4.
Only 4.
Is she beautiful, Mr. Blake?
Who? Oh, yes, I think she is.
Blonde?
Yes.
I love blonde. I wish I were a blonde. A real one, I mean. Not one of those awful ones that bleaches their hair. You wouldn't like me to be a fake, would you, Mr. Blake?
No, I wouldn't.
Gosh, when you think of all the trouble blondes have to go through, bleaching and bleaching and bleaching. Irene doesn't bleach her hair, though, does she?
No, of course not.
You can always tell when a beautiful blonde is a fake. The hair goes dark at the roots.
The hair.
I don't know why blondes always want to get blonder. I guess it's because they're ambitious, but brunettes never try to get brunetter. I guess that's just because they're modest.
Wonder where the ice cream is.
Here we are, a real super-duper triple scooper. There, miss, try this on your sweet little gullet. How about you, mister?
Oh, no, thanks, not for me. Can you handle that all right, Carrie?
Yes, Mr. Blake. You know, when you never had any ice cream.
Oh, that ain't nothing. We got a customer that goes all through the category, all the way from vanilla right on down through English toffee. And a little bit of a thing she is, too, a widow. Why, she ain't half her size. I remember one day just before Thanksgiving.
I'm sure, yes, thank you.
You should have seen her.
Thank you very much, friend.
Oh, don't mention it. What a gal. 20 flavors. Raspberry, strawberry, banana.
Are you going to marry her, Mr. Blake?
What? Oh, well, I don't know, Carrie. I don't know if she'll have... Carrie, you're not going to eat all that, are you?
Yes, I am. I can eat oodles and noodles. That's why I'm glad I'm not a blonde.
Well, I sort of thought the blondes ate, too.
Oh, yes, blondes love to eat, but you know what happens to them, don't you?
What?
They blow up like balloons.
They do?
Just like this. They get big and fat and old and begin to look just like their mothers.
Really?
Have you met her mother, Mr. Blake?
Yes. Yes, I have.
Well, don't let it bother you. I think I'll give the soda a rest for a minute. I want to make it last.
Now, Carrie, please, you promised you
Oh,
know...
Mr. Blake, honestly, when I start going, I go very quickly. Hey, what are you doing?
Here, Sonny. What's he howling about?
Putting his dirty finger in my nice ice cream.
Well, you'd think you killed him. Are you all right?
Well, maybe if I could have a clean soda.
Why,
Carrie,
sure.
I'm going to have to tell him.
Oh, Mr. Blake,
I'll be
must
right-
you?
There she is.
Is this her?
Yes, that's her.
Why don't you pick on somebody your own size?
Yeah, why don't you?
Say, just a minute. What's the idea?
Why don't you mind your own business? There, that'll teach you.
What's the matter with you? Go on, get out. Hitting a little girl. Oh, Carrie. Are you all right?
No, my...
What's the matter with your hand? Let me see. Well, it's cut. It's bleeding. Say, do you have any adhesive?
Adhesive? No. I've got some nice pistachio. Oh, adhesive. Tape.
Yeah.
Come right up.
Well, you've had an awful time today, haven't you?
Yes, that toss I took on the roller skates, that hurt, too.
The wallop your aunt gave you didn't do any good.
You said it, Mr. Blake.
You know, frankly, I don't know how you stand it.
Oh, well, I'll be all right. I can take it so long as you're here and my body holds out. Ow!
Oh, I'm sorry.
Here.
Thank you.
I'm putting some pistachio and butterscotch in with the peach. It was a widow that thought it up, and all by herself, too. Why, I remember the afternoon. It was early in the spring. And
Why don't you go get that ice cream?
Ice cream. Come right up.
There you are now. How's that?
Oh, that's fine. I don't hurt anymore.
Good. Now, you eat your ice cream, and I'll telephone. Fine pair of little thugs we have.
That's him.
That's him, Pop.
I see him. What's the idea? Beating up on a little kid.
Now, wait a minute. Take it easy, mister.
You ain't so tough now, are you?
Are you?
Are you?
Yes, now, just a second. Let's get this all straightened out. Nobody beat up anybody.
He tried to.
Yeah? So my little one's a liar, huh? My little junior's a liar, too, huh? Well, how do you like that? She calls me little ones liars.
Are you serious?
No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding.
Oh, no. Don't, Mr. Blake.
I guess you're right, Carrie. When you mix with slime, all you get is covered with it. Here you are.
What about the pistachio and
Come on, Carrie. Let's get out
I
of
guess
here.
you'd hit a little girl, too, wouldn't you?
I mean, you don't know how to drive?
No, Mr. Blake.
Carrie, let me have the car. We won't be arrested. We'll be killed. Please, just take your foot off the gas. Take it off the gas. Just turn off the gas. Pull over the car, Carrie.
Which car?
Carrie, hold it. Turn the wheels, Carrie. Turn the wheels. Relax. I mean, hold on tight. That's it. Hold the wheel tight. That's not that tight. Let go. Get your foot off the gas. Put it down on the brake.
Which brake? Where's
Right
the
down
brake?
there. Look down there.
Oh.
Don't look down. Look out, Carrie. Look out.
Make up your mind, Mr. Blake.
Carrie, the post.
Which post? This one?
No, that one. Oh, well, what's the difference? Carrie, keep your eyes open.
They are open. Look.
Look out! Look out for the push! Carrie, relax! Look out, Carrie! Carrie, look out for the truck, Carrie! Look at this one! Turn over here! Oh, Mr. Carrie, we're out in the open now.
Yes, I know.
Look out for the man!
Which
Carrie!
man?
Oh, right there. Look. I knew him. A policeman.
Policeman where?
Right there.
Where?
Carrie, look around, please. Look, turn it in this next street here and crash as softly as you can.
Yes, Mr. Blake.
I'll turn off this way. That's what I'll do. Why didn't I think of that before?
I don't know. Why didn't you think
I don't know why. Carrie, look out. Now, look, when the policeman comes up, don't say a word. Not a word, you understand? Anything you say will be used to get you in deeper.
Mr. Blake, I won't say anything. Suppose he asks me questions.
It doesn't matter. Just let him talk to these horses, but don't say a word. Now, turn it easy. Now, put your foot on the... That's it.
Keep my trap shut, Mr. Blake.
Good afternoon.
You! Are you going to talk or are you? Now, what are you trying to pull around here? Who do you think you're fooling? Now, are you going to give or do I have to come there and make you? And you! Would you mind telling me why you let that kid drive your car? Suppose she kills somebody. Suppose she kills
Stop
herself.
hollering. You want to frighten the child out of her wits?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm always losing my temper. But you're enough to drive anybody crazy, really. Now, would you mind telling me, please, what you meant by letting her get behind that wheel?
No.
No! You won't talk! So, you won't talk?
No.
Oh. Well, what about you? They wouldn't answer you either, would they, Mac?
Oh, Sarge, they wouldn't. I worked on him for half an hour. That's why I brought him in.
Joe, we're not getting anywhere. What am I going to do?
Why don't you try it the soft way, Sarge? She's just a kid. Try being nice to her.
I don't know.
It'll work all right.
Well, maybe all right. I'll try it. Now, do you know what I'm going to do? Be on it and plenty of goo.
Carrie! Carrie, what's happened?
Never mind the ice cream, Mac.
Look, somebody give me a hand with her. Here, quick, lift her. That's it. Take it easy, take it easy. She's not a criminal, you know.
Well, she'll do till one comes along.
There. Now, look, somebody get a doctor. Be of some use, get a doctor, will you?
Well, this is a fine kettle of fish. Joe, call a doctor.
Raise your feet.
Are you her old man?
No, I'm not her old man. I'm just a friend of hers.
How long have you known her?
Oh, poor kid. Since yesterday. Seems such a long time, though. What a beating she's taken. An awful beating. Haven't you got a matron here?
She's out. To tea.
Where's that doctor?
Keep your shirt on, buddy. I'm getting him.
Has she got a family?
Yes, sort of. She has a mother. Perhaps we should send for her mother.
Good idea. Call her up on the phone. Do you know her number?
Oh, I think I can get in touch with her. Here, you watch the girl. But be gentle. Be gentle. Have you got the doctor yet?
I'm just getting him now.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, Sarge.
Hello, Doc. Glad to see you.
What happened?
She fainted.
Hi, Doc. Oh, fainted, eh?
She's breathing all right, Doctor. We administered first aid. I think it's just a question she's run down more than anything else.
The sergeant said he was going to get her some ice cream. What'd you say? The sergeant said to get her some ice cream, and she just up and keeled over. What's that? The sergeant, we were going to get her some ice cream. Oh, no.
There isn't such a thing as ice cream poisoning, is there, Doctor? I say, is there such a thing as ice cream... Didn't hear me.
Does she always dress that way?
Well, I guess that's all she's got to wear, I think.
You sure that isn't a costume she's wearing?
A costume? Why, nobody ever gave this girl a costume, the poor kid. Why? What's the matter, Doctor? Something wrong? She's only fainted, hasn't she?
How old is she supposed to be?
12, 13, something like that. I don't know.
Are you kidding?
Where am I?
Carrie, you're with me. Everything's all right. Remember me? I'm Mr. Blake.
Just a minute, Mr. Blake. Just a minute. I want to ask this young lady a question or two.
Carrie.
What happened, darling?
Oh, Mommy, I'm so glad you're here now. I'm all right. I'd like to go home.
Sit down. Oh, you can talk now, huh?
Are you all right?
She just fainted a little bit, Mrs. Bishop.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I just had a little faint, a light one. Let's go home now.
Sit down, sit down. I'll tell you when you can go home.
You're the mother of this girl, I gather.
Yes, I am.
Well, I wonder, madam,
Oh,
if
Mommy,
you'd
I'd
mind
like to
if
go
I-
Sit down.
Well, I'd just like to get an answer.
Now, Doc, take it easy, will you? If there's any questions around here to ask, I'll ask them. And I've got plenty to ask.
What is my daughter doing here in jail? What happened?
Oh, nothing at all. Just a little attempt at mass murder, that's all.
An attempt at...
Officer McGillicuddy here found your young lady and that young man over there roaring around the streets at 60 miles an hour and deliberately aiming at pedestrians right and left.
Yes, ma'am. 70 miles an hour most of the time. In a 15-mile zone and on the wrong side of the street. She drove through 2 stop signals and then turned into the wrong end of a one-way street.
What I want to know is how you happened to be driving in the first place.
I just sat in the car, and the car ran away with me. And the next thing I knew...
Listen to her. Huh, a little while ago, she wouldn't talk to me at all. Whose car was it?
Mr. Blake's. Oh, let's
Who's
go
Mr.
home.
Blake?
Here, this is Mr. Blake.
I see. Do you know him?
I know him. I'm
Oh,
Sergeant.
stop it.
Stop it. I haven't started.
I'm fed up with your...
You're fed up now. Just a minute, Mr. Blake. You don't-
Hey. Don't you fellas know how to behave in a police station?
Sergeant, this girl...
Wait a minute, Doc. Who are you?
My name is Forbes.
He's a friend of mine.
Couldn't one of you folks stop this kid from driving that car?
Carrie can drive, officer.
Drive? Why, she shouldn't be allowed near a car. She's underage. How old are you?
Sergeant, that's what I
Doc,
wanted
now,
to...
Doc, hold your horses, will you? How old are you?
I've been trying to...
Doc.
I'm 21. Aren't I, Doctor?
Don't give me that. Don't give me that.
Carrie, don't lie. You must tell the truth.
You keep out of this. You don't have to lie, Carrie. Everything will be all right.
But I'm not lying. Doctor, tell him, won't you? Tell him that's what you wanted to tell him all the time.
Come on now, come on. Cut out the malarkey. How old are you?
Doctor, tell him I'm not underage, won't you, please? Oh, please. If you don't do that, they're going to punish me. Please, Doctor. I tell you, if you do that for me, I'll send you a nice present. I'll send you something very pretty. Please, Doc. Tell him.
Come on.
Well, ask Mommy. Mommy, you tell him how old I am.
Carrie, this has gone far enough. It's a lot more serious than some people know.
You are the one to blame for the whole business.
I'm to blame. You're Mr. Blake, please, Stephen. I'm the one to blame. Sergeant, it's all my fault. You see,
I don't care whose fault she is. I want to know how old she is. Now, Doc, what goes on here? What are they doing to me? What's the gag? Can you figure it out?
I think I've got an idea. It's a very peculiar case.
Peculiar, you're telling me.
Very strange.
Say, where are you going?
Back to the office. I've got a lot of work to
But,
do.
Doc, you can't run out on me at a time like that. What am I going to do with this? Look.
Send her home.
Send her home? Don't holler. Send her home?
Yep, that's what I do, Sergeant.
What's the matter with her?
Oh, it's sort of a cardiac condition.
Something the matter with her heart?
Yeah. Heart.
You sure it isn't a case for the psychopathic ward?
No.
You think she might faint again, Doctor?
She might. You never can tell about these things. Sometimes they're...
Say, Doc, what's the name of this thing, what she's got? My wife's taken a first aid course, and she always wants to know about these things.
The name isn't important, officer. When you see people going around worrying about other people, they've got it.
Yeah?
Yep, they've got it, officer. And tell your wife, if everybody had it, there wouldn't be so much need for first aid as there is now. It's a rare disease. Rare disease.
Chris, I wouldn't give it another thought if I were you. It's all in the doctor's. You feel all right, don't you, Carrie?
Oh, yes, I feel wonderful. I'm not upset, Steve. I thought the doctor was rather nice. Rather quaint.
Me, too. I thought he was a darling. Didn't you, Mr. Blake?
What? All right, now, clear out of here. Get out. Take her home. Take her to the hospital. She may be contagious. I don't care where you take her as long as you get her out of here.
Come, Carrie, we'll go. You can drive home with us.
You have your car, haven't you, Mr. Blake?
I beg pardon?
I said you have your car.
Oh, yes, I have my car. I have it with me.
Is there something bothering you, Mr. Blake?
No, it's this doctor. He wanted to say something. He had something on his mind. I don't know.
Gallagher! Throw him out! Get him out of here, Gallagher! Okay, Sarge.
Gallagher.
No.
Oh, you did. Oh, let's go home. Not again. I had to. Oh, you Gallagher. Gallagher.
No, sir.
Carrie.
No, thank you.
Excuse me, but this is the most sorrowfulest house I ever did see. I once worked as hostess in a funeral parlor, but that was sunshine and a circus compared to this.
Remember when we had chicken pox? Stayed up all night and slapped our hands so they wouldn't scratch.
I should never have come home. Everything's wrong. Everything. Gallagher's gone. The two men at each other's throats. You're unhappy, and I behaved so stupidly. Mr. Blake would kill me if he ever found out. I made such a fool. He'd kill me.
Seemed quite gentle to me. I don't think he hurt a fly.
Chris, you have no idea how strong he is. He hit me.
He did?
Mm-hmm. Hard. He seems calm, but he's a volcano underneath. He'd surprise you. He's the sort of man who'd make a great general or conqueror. He'd shoot.
This house is too mournful for me. I didn't like this job in the first place. I only took it because I reckoned you all would cheer me up. I stood sad with my own nature without being around everybody with looking like death eating crackers.
Well, shut my mouth, Mammy. Where'd you all come from?
I don't know where I come from.
Hiya, girl. Hope you don't mind me crashing in on you like this. Been doing that. Plenty of ham, plenty of cheese. Hey, what's the matter with you people? Hey, you're a little green around the gills.
Oh, me. I might as well be married as working in a job like this. And I had plenty propositions for matrimony, too. 3 last year and 1 this year. I just don't have to work.
Where'd you dig her up? What happened to old what's-her-name? You know, old Deadpan?
Gallagher isn't with us anymore.
Say, that's too bad. Why didn't somebody tell me I'd have sent some flowers or something? You know, I always liked that old buzzard.
No, Mike. Gallagher left us. She quit.
Quit? That's a break. I never could stand the sight of her anyway. Come on, let's cheer up around here. Let's have a little life. Let's all go up to the Ora Blanca Club and locate a little hay-hay. And I'll treat. What do you say? Come on, this is your last night. This is our last chance to jubilate. Tomorrow we're off for Detroit.
We are?
Sure, we leave on the 11:40. We start rehearsing rain. Now, don't tell me you've forgotten.
I'm not going to play Sadie and Mike. I can't.
What?
I just can't, that's all.
Good crying out loud, Carrie. The show's all set. We're all ready to go.
I know, Mike, but I just don't think a girl should play a woman like Sadie Thompson. I've been doing a lot of thinking lately. An actress should do beautiful things, inspiring things. An actress is a woman, after all.
Yeah, actresses are women, aren't they, huh?
Oh, Mike, you know what I mean. I'd like a part with some lift to it.
Oh, I get it. I see. You mean something like a goddess, huh? With long white robes, her hair down her back, and her eyes shining, huh?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, what do you think of that? Who's the crusher? Who you in love with?
In love?
When an actress starts looking around for a pair of wings and a halo, she's got it. She's got it bad. Oh, boy, is she smoking then.
You really think so, Mike?
Mike, sometimes you let your sense of humor run away with you.
I'll bet you want to play Joan of Arc, don't you?
I didn't say anything about Joan of Arc.
No, but you will. You wait and see. The first thing you know, she'll be begging to play Joan of Arc.
No, Mike, really, I'll play anything as long as it's a good part. I'll play Sadie Thompson. I'll play Rain. I like the part. I really do.
But, Carrie, you
really,
just...
Mike,
Go to that nightclub. Mike, what did you say the name was?
The Ora Blanca. It's got a lot of class, but it's all right. You'll like it.
I'd like to go, too.
Now you're talking. Park that halo for a while.
Mike, I don't see why you
Carrie,
keep...
let's go upstairs and make ourselves gorgeous. Let's make a night of it. You wear your new white dress.
And you wear your new black.
That's right. Oh, Mike, don't be alarmed. We'll be down in just a second.
And, Mike, I would like to play Sadie Thompson.
Oh, Carrie, you go on ahead. I want to tell what's her name something.
All right.
I shan't be long. Sit right down there, Mike.
Thanks.
Make yourself comfortable.
All right.
I'm getting tired and tired. Everywhere you goes in this house is a walk, and it ain't no shortcut.
Please.
Name's Phoebe.
Yes, baby. Would you be good enough to tell Mr. Forbes when he telephones that we've gone down to the Oro Blanca?
Where's that?
The Oro Blanca Club. He'll know.
If I don't tell him, he ain't gonna know, isn't he?
That's right, baby. Now, it's the All Blanca Club. Tell them to join us there. It's very important.
Yes, sir. I got it. All Blanca Club. What did you say the man's name was?
Forbes. Stephen J. Forbes.
Yeah, Forbes. Stephen J. Forbes.
You won't forget now, will you?
No. I was weak on faces, but I never forgets a name. Never.
Oh, that's fine. I'm depending on you, Phoebe.
I've got a memory. I never forgets a name. It's what they liked about me down at the funeral parlor. I never forgets a name. What did you say the man's name was?
Now, I happen to think, sir.
Oh, my. Did you see anything like this?
Hey, Warden, how about a table ringside for 3?
Have you a reservation, sir?
No, I figured that if I came
Why,
down...
besides, we haven't a thing. George, a check for 117, quick. Yes, sir.
I never figured this joint to be doing this kind of business.
Pardon me.
Well, don't sit down.
John.
Quite
Two
all
champagne
right.
for
Come on, let's get out of here. Let's go somewhere else.
Yeah, I know a joint uptown where there's nobody. Find a spot.
Oh, Mark, I'd like to stay. I like it here. Captain, couldn't you make room for us?
I'm very sorry, ma'am. Just a moment, please.
You like this joint uptown. There's nobody there but the waiters. I don't know how they do any business.
No, Mike. Captain, can't you? Chris, what on earth's gotten into
If
you?
it was any other night, ma'am.
Are you on the level? You really want to
Just
stay?
a moment,
Yes, Mike, I do. I like crowds. I like people.
Chief, the lady wants to stay. See if you can find us a table.
I'll see what I can do, sir. William.
Yes, sir.
Table for 3.
Table for 3, why?
For 3, William. Oh, this way, please.
Thanks, Captain.
Pardon me, please. Just follow me.
Is it lovely?
Pardon me, please. Just... Pardon me.
Thank you.
Pardon me, thank you. Eddie, table for 3. Oh, coming right up. This way. Please, just a minute. Thank you.
That's the way it is. It's always crowded where the crowd
Oh,
goes.
sorry. The least thing I ever heard of. At least it's lively here.
Well, here we are.
Where?
Where's the table?
Don't be like that.
All right, Eddie. Right here. All right. Would you please move a little bit?
Come. Sorry. There.
Just a little more. Right down here. There we are. Everything will be ducky.
Chris, I don't understand. What are we doing here? But darling, any place would be like this.
I think you'll find it very comfortable.
That's all right. I don't know how I'm going to get in here. Oh, I'm awfully sorry. I'm sorry. Well, here we are. Just one big happy family.
Look, Chris, you can't be doing all this just for fun. What's the plot? Tell me. Why, Carrie, I don't know what you're talking about. I think it's delightful here. Might let's dance, shall we?
Dance? Are you serious? I didn't figure I'd be able to move in here till everybody went home.
Come on, Mike. My feet just won't keep still.
All right, Mrs. Bishop. No fooling this time, lady.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Looks like we were married or something.
Something, so help me.
Well, I stuck my neck out that time. Well, I don't know whether we'll make it or not, but if we do, I got a surprise for you.
Yes, you have?
I can't dance. The kid's got it bad, hasn't he? When they got the sorrows, they're goners. They're just goners.
Mike, ooh.
Oh, did I get you in the shin that time?
Oh, no. No, you danced beautifully, Mike.
Thank you.
Mike, beg your pardon.
Excuse me, Oma.
I wonder if you could do something for me. Could you possibly postpone the opening of Carrie's play?
Postpone the opening of Carrie's play with Mrs. Bishop if she was sick or something, but she's only in love.
Oh, but I'm worried about her, Mike.
Excuse me.
I've never seen her like this before. I'm afraid if she goes away and doesn't see that young man again, she may never get over it.
Who is he, an actor?
Oh, no, he's very nice.
Oh, that's too bad. If he's an actor, I could put him in the show with her. I could use a good archbishop.
Oh, thank you, Mike. I'm afraid he'd hardly do.
Oh, where is he? I'd like to get a look at him.
Oh, he's around, but, well, there's sort of a complication.
Wife, huh?
No, he's quite eligible. It's just that, well, he thinks that Carrie is a 12-year-old child.
Nuts, huh?
No, he's all right. He's fine. But Carrie... Mike. There he is.
Where?
There on the steps in the dark suit.
Oh, is that him?
How did he... Oh, Mike, I've got to get back to the table. Excuse me, hurry up, will you? I beg your
He
pardon.
looks all right. He looks sane from here.
Thank you very much. Excuse me, may I get through? Sure. Carrie.
Carrie. Jim Blake's here.
Oh, no, he can't be.
Wait, I just saw him over there.
Well, come on, then. Let's get out of here. He'll never see us in the crowd. Come
Carrie,
on.
don't you think we ought to stay?
You mean tell him?
We've got to sometime.
Oh, no, he cut me in little pieces. Come on, Chris, please.
All right. But then let's go quickly.
Oh.
Grabbed him by the pants as he was halfway out of the door. I'm awfully sorry. Just nabbed him in the nick of time. Excuse me. Oh, I'm awfully sorry. Are you all right?
Yes. Quite all right.
Sorry. Kalinsky's my name, Mike Kalinsky. Mother was Irish.
Oh, hello, Mrs. Bishop. I came as soon as I could.
Yeah, that's the way... Oh, I'm awfully sorry. That's the way things get lost, letting them lay around like that. Here, dear, you sit right down here.
Sorry. Excuse me.
Sit down, Bud, and rest your dog.
Thank you.
You missed me that time.
Well, nice teamwork, lady.
This is not my coat.
Oh, thanks. Hey, waiter.
Sorry, not my station.
Oh, beg your pardon.
Well, is there something I can do, Mrs. Bishop?
What's that, Mr. Blake? What did you say?
I got your message. I was wondering if there was something I could...
My message?
Yes, the maid gave it to me. Said I was to come here. Said it was very important, so now...
Our maid, Chris.
Yes, she had me repeat the name over... aren't you...
What did the maid say?
You look different.
I look different?
Your hair is something...
Oh, maybe...
I must apologize to you. I'm sorry I hit you this morning.
That's all right. It just happened like a stroke of lightning.
Even the nicest people are always impulsive.
Nobody's to blame.
You hit her, huh?
The maid was very insistent. She said I should spell my name over and over again, and
I'm afraid it's all my fault.
You spanked her, huh?
Mike, let's have another dance.
Was she a bad little girl, Mr. Blake?
Mike, I'd really like to dance.
Dance again?
That's fun.
You mean you want to go out there and boil? I got my sea legs now, and that free-for-all, why, you'll get murdered in that rat race.
I haven't the faintest idea why I sit here and suffer, so help me.
Well, the girls are getting harder to handle all the time, especially the 12-year-old.
Mike, come on, Mike.
Where'd I get this here, lady? You might as well have this. It's too small for me.
Come, Mike, please, where did you find it?
Some girl gave it to me.
Come on, Mike. How about a drink, Mr. Blake? Give us a lift, huh?
Oh, no, thank you.
It's awful good you came, Mr. Blake. Awful good. I'm certainly glad. You know, a girl gets kind of bored in a dull joint like this. A girl like me, anyway. Well, there's not a real man in the whole crowd. But you're real, Mr. Blake.
I am?
I'll say you are. You're warm. You've got appeal. That's what makes a hit with me. With a girl like me, it's the real things in life that count. The really real things that a girl like me dreams about and can't have. We love to look up, but I never found a man that I could look up to. Mr. Blake, a man like you, who's warm, who's got character and the old appeal. I believe in living while one can. We're all gonna be a long time dead. Gonna be a... Would you like to dance, Mr. Blake? There's nothing like a little dance to give you a lift, is there? Excuse me, could I get through here, please? Sorry. Gee, I just love to dance. Mr. Blake. Mr. Blake, where are you going? Excuse me. Excuse me. Mr. Blake, please. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Mr. Blake. Please, don't go. Can't we talk just a minute? Mr. Blake, please listen to me. Mr. Blake, is there something wrong? Oh, please, Mr. Blake, may I come in? Let's just sit here and talk. Oh, no, Mr. Blake, please. Mr. Blake, why are you doing this? You're angry at me, aren't you? Is it because I wanted a drink? Is it, Mr. Blake? Oh, Mr. Blake, I think you've got to take me back to the nightclub. Mother will Chris. Chris will worry about me. I call Chris Mother sometimes. Chris is very funny. She doesn't like to be called anything but Chris. Mr. Blake, are you taking me home? All right. If you want to be rude, be rude. Don't talk to me. Don't answer me. I can be rude, too. I just won't say anything. We're out in the country. Look, Mr. Blake, look at the trees. Look at the trees and look at the country. Are you quite sure that you haven't lost your way? Mr. Blake, I have something to tell you. something that I think is going to surprise you. You and I were driving once before today. You didn't know that, did you? Did you? I'm afraid I'm dreadful. I should have told you before, but I'm the girl you took to the ice cream parlor, Mr. Blake, and I'm the girl you bought the roller skates for, too. I'm little Carrie. Remember? Remember, Mr. Blake? I'm terribly sorry. I wanted you to think that I was a little girl. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. You're going 70 miles an hour. You're going to be arrested. You're going to be arrested for speeding. Oh! Mr. Blake, please stop the car. If you don't stop the car, I'll scream. I'll scream for help! Help! Oh, Mr. Blake, I didn't mean anything. I had a reason for everything I did. And if you knew the reason, you'd forgive me. We're slowing down. Are you out of gas, Mr. Blake? Where are we? Oh, it's the lake. This is where you wanted to come all the time, wasn't it, Mr. Blake? I thought... It's very pretty here, Mr. Blake. It's really beautiful, isn't it? Why didn't you tell me? I'm afraid I made a terrible fool of myself. Oh, it's a big lake, Mr. Blake. It's a beautiful lake. Oh, why didn't you tell me that you were coming here? Look, there's a moon. Look, it's a big one. It's a beautiful one. It looks like a big toy balloon floating in the clouds, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Oh, Mr. Blake, I hope you're going to forgive me. I like a man to be stern like you, but I think you should try and be kind, too. Oh, not that you're not perfect, just the way you are, but I think when people are kinder, they're happier. I remember a little story I read when I was a schoolgirl. It was about a man who had a...
You went to school, did you?
Oh, yes. Yes, I went to college.
You learned a lot of things there, did you?
Oh, yes, I learned a lot of things. History and chemistry and economics, and I studied home management, too.
Did you learn to swim?
Oh, yes, I was on the swimming team. Oh, no! Mr. Blake, come in and save me! I can't swim, I'll catch pneumonia! I'll get a chill, Mr. Blake! Save me! Mr. Blake! I'll catch pneumonia! Mr. Blake! Mr. Blake! Oh.
Amen. Amen.
Phoebe, don't do that. It stops me from...
Amen. Hit it right on the nose that time, I did. Yes, this riding around on a milk wagon when y'all's wet, that's no good. Y'all's lucky you didn't catch more than you got. Well, once a friend of mine took me out in the ocean and throwed me in. Yes, sir, throwed me right out in the ocean. Boy, oh boy, was I wet.
Phoebe, please.
But I done walked home. Yes, and I walked. I was just like a shirt out the wet wash, but I done walked. I didn't ride home in no milk wagon. No, ma'am, not me. Nice fella he was my fiancé. But his wife done come one night and cut his neck open while he was asleep. Poor Sam.
Phoebe, when Mr. Kalinsky comes, ask him to wait. Say we'll be right down.
Yes, sir. What'd you all say his name was?
Never mind his name, Phoebe. When the gentleman arrives, just ask him to wait. We'll be right down. That's all, thank you.
Yes, sir. I won't forget. I was weak on faces, but I never forget the name.
Everything's gone wrong. We've lost Gallagher, and you've lost Steve, and I... That's so and so. If I ever get my hands on him, I'll murder him.
Carrie, Mr. Blake didn't know that you were trying to help me.
You don't know him. He's cruel. He's vicious. I bet he just couldn't wait to get back and tell Steve all about it. He's a... Hush!
Oh, no, I'm sure he isn't. Oh, my poor Carrie.
Oh, Chris, now you caught my cold.
I don't mind, darling. I love you. I love you very much. Stairs is all right, as long as they's on the ground. But stairs that goes up and stairs that... Now, there. Making all that rumpus in the racket. The way some folks don't consider the other folks is what the other folks should do something about sometimes.
Well, if it ain't old Liza, where's everybody on the plantation?
Who is you?
Where's everybody? Upstairs? Hello, Carrie!
Hey, you can't holler in here like that.
Mrs. Bishop, where are you?
Coming, Marcy, right now.
Train leaves in 45 minutes. These Miss Bishop's bags, Rosebud.
I ain't even let you in yet.
Hey, Chief, put these suitcases in the cab.
Hello, Mike. Carrie's on the way. Did you all know this gentleman, Miss Bishop? Yes, baby, thank you.
Regular watchdog, huh? Come on, Carrie, get a wiggle on.
Hello, Mike. I'm sorry I'm late.
Honey, if we make this, say that again, will you?
She just got a little cold, Mike. It's nothing serious.
Well, where in the blazes?
All right, Mike, I'll be fine in a day or two.
Chasing around all night after that sour Romeo. That was it, wasn't it?
But, Mike, the show doesn't open for 2 weeks.
Well, Miss Sadie Thompson with a cold in her head will be all right. I don't know. What happened? You haven't got that old Joan of Arc look anymore. You've come out of it, huh?
Mike, Carrie doesn't feel like laughing.
Oh.
Goodbye, Chris. Goodbye, Carrie.
No, you better keep away from me.
Thanks for everything.
Come on, Mike, let's go.
But you are going to play Sadie Thompson, aren't you?
Of course I am. Don't be silly.
Bye, good luck.
Goodbye, Miss Bishop. Come on, we'll
Hello, Chris.
Oh, hello, Steve. This is Mr. Klinsky, Mr. Forbes.
Hello.
How are you?
Goodbye.
Chris, don't you think I'd better stay?
Stay? Are you crazy? We'll never catch that train in a million years.
I'll call you in Detroit.
Goodbye.
See you soon, Mike. Goodbye.
She's very attractive, Chris. Very.
Yes. Yes, she is.
Just came in for a little visit, huh? I wish she could have stayed.
You'd like her, Steve. Once you got to know her, she really is.
I'm sure I would. I suppose you wonder why I'm here so early.
No, I sort of expected you.
You did? How nice. May we sit down a moment?
Oh, of course, I'm sorry. Let's go in there. There you are, Steve.
Thank you. Chris, I came to tell you I'm leaving town.
Oh, you are, Steve?
Yes, I'm going out to the coast to open offices there.
Oh, I see. I'm going to miss you.
Why don't you come with me? Let's get married, Chris.
Oh, Steve. Steve, I thought you might never want to see me again. I was so frightened just now when you came in and she was going out. And I didn't know what you were going to say.
About your sister?
My sister?
I wouldn't worry about her. I'm quite sure something can be done for her.
Haven't you seen Mr. Blake?
No, he went back to Vermont. He left word.
Didn't he talk to you at all?
No. And if he stays in Vermont, it's quite all right with me.
Who is you? Gallagher, you're back.
Oh, no, I'm not. Indeed, I'm not. I forgot my art supporters, my prayer book, and I come to get them.
Oh, but you're not going.
There's no but to it. I go to work for Father Murphy in the morning, and a fine, God-fearing man he is, too.
Oh, no, Gallagher.
Oh, yes, I finished with his House of Lies.
Oh, but it isn't anymore, Gallagher. It isn't a House of Lies. We've changed.
Oh, you have you? It's not so very long ago you were locking people up around here for telling the truth.
Oh, but that's all over now. I swear it. We're honest now. Really, we are.
No, it is a sudden conversion, I'm thinking. 'Tis a miracle, no less.
You wait here. I'll prove it. It won't take me a minute.
I'll wait.
Steve.
It'll take a lot of...
I'm going to tell you the truth.
What truth?
The whole truth. You know the little girl, the one you...
Hail, Joan of Arc! Hail, Joan of Arc! We come from far off Avignon, 12 soldiers few, but unafraid. We come to serve, and hear and roll beneath your banner, warrior maid.
All heaven bless you, valiant men of Avignon. Lift up your eyes. The battle waits. Once more we raise our banner to the skies.
Oh, glorious maid, we ask one grace of you. we make the foremost place in battle, where the enemy is strong and fierce. And there shall we push forth, with lance and heart and soul, and straightway shall the battle feel the might of men of Avignon. And you will see them charge the foe and laugh, and sing their battle cry.
Well spoken, knight. I know your swords will match the courage of your words.
Oh, maid, with you no power shall stay the glory of our arms today.
Behind your shining banner we shall strive and fight for victory.
O sturdy men with mail and lance, bold sons of Avignon and France, lift up your visors and show your faces to the morning sun. Look up, and nowhere stays.
This is the only way I can see you. I'm awfully sorry.
12 soldiers, few but unafraid. What is your will, O warrior maid?
Sorry about the other night. I didn't know.
What is your will, O warrior maid?
My will, Sir Knight, is heaven's will. I am its humble instrument. I have no art in war or skill. I am a simple maiden sent to raise the siege of Orleans, and thereby free my native soil.
Mary Steve told me.
I do not boast the strength of men. I am a woman. I recoil from sight of suffering and death. My bravery is not my own. My strength, my skill, and every breath I take is heaven's. I alone am nothing. Nothing but a poor creature born to save her country. My life began in peace.
I wired you, I phoned you, I tried every way to reach you.
Knights, soldiers all, the time is nigh for victory. Be strong, make ready for the fray.
Carrie, please forgive me, just say yes, will you?
May heaven bless our arms this day.
Just say yes, come on, Carrie.
And should our country ask us give our lives to lift her dire distress, we'll answer yes. We'll answer yes. Through this dark hour of strife and stress, we'll answer yes. We'll answer yes. Oh, soldiers, knights, the hour has come to fight for country and for home. Now follow me, O men of France. My banner flies. Attack! Advance!
Hail, Joan of Arc!
Between Queen Victoria, Sadie Thompson, and Joan of Arc, she hit the sampler platter of archetypes. But from archetypes, we moved to stereotypes, and this picture was not lacking in those either. We had Ethel Griffiths as the gruff Irish maid Gallagher with all her Catholic honesty and saints and snakes and sinners. Then we have Walter Catlett as the bumbling police sergeant who gets rattled trying to interrogate a 12-year-old girl. And finally, as Gallagher's replacement, the hilarious Lillian Yarbo as the stereotypical black maid, Phoebe, with those incredible rambling monologues to herself. Her performance is almost like, okay, you want stereotype? I'll give you stereotype, and then some. It's a shame that things weren't better for Diana Barrymore. This could have been and should have been a star-making role for her with a more clear-eyed direction and studio support. And sometime soon we'll know even more about Diana. My friend Jennifer Redman is writing a biography on her which should be available next year. I'll let you know on the Attic of Orphan Pictures Facebook page when it's out. Now, until we meet again, so long.